Hi there. Had a little extra time and thought, well, I'm getting ready. Why don't I share a few tips and tricks? You may have heard these already. We learn from other people's experiences, so here's a few of mine. Before I do anything, I make sure I have a nice clean face, and I'm using Prime Skin by PrimeLash, and it is their new beauty water. So prep your face, make sure you have a nice clean face, and then moisturize, sunscreen, you know what you do. Also, I use my fingers a lot when I'm putting on my makeup and my blush and cream eyeshadows and things. So I keep this on hand. I literally have a little pad right here, and I clean my fingers in between products. So it's handy to have one, not only in your bathroom, but if you put your makeup on in your vanity, in front of your vanity in your bedroom like I do, get two. So you don't have to run back and forth. That's first big tip. Here's another one. And someone gave me this tip a long time ago, and I just had used chapstick or something like that. But now that I have this great moisturizer, it's a Prime lip product, and it smells wonderful. Before I start doing anything with my makeup, after I clean my face, I put this moisturizer on, so it preps my lips for when I'm done and I'm ready to line and use my lipstick. So another hint, use this. It is a great product. Buy two, one for your purse and one to keep in front of your vanity. I'm a big one for two products, so but it really so moisturizing and preps your lips, and so you're not putting on lipstick on dry lips. So this is a wonderful product. I use it at night. I use it during the day. I just love it. And the other thing is, for me, I just basically use, especially in the summer, I use a CC cream, whatever you have, typically with the SPF, and apply it, like I said, with my fingers. Sometimes I use a little concealer on, those spots that we have. And of course I use, since I have dark circles and maybe the light shadowing it, but I use concealer under my eyes. And I do all that, before I do my eyes. I know some folks do their eyes before their foundation, but I've tried it. This is the way that's always worked for me. So as you see, I have put on my Prime Brow Complete, and a little tip for that. I've already put it on, but I'm just showing you how I'm brushing it here because it helps fill it in. And hopefully you've been using it and using the serum, because I haven't. Look at these brows that have grown back. I'm so impressed. About the shape of your eyebrows. I think that when we were younger, a lot of us, because it was this style, we would go down a little farther and do this elongated arch up here, and that really was this style. And it still is this style for a lot of young women. Maybe you're using it, it's working for you, but this is what I've found. To open up the eye, because our eyelids, well, at least for me, I get some crepiness, and things fall, so I want to open it up, but I don't want to exaggerate it. So instead of going downward now, I'm really following my brows, which don't go that way. They're up here, and it tends to open up my eyes, and I'm not making this sharp arch. I'm following a natural arch. And there's an old rule about, your eyebrow should be here. The arch should be right on this side of your pupil, and then this should run along here at the end of your eye. See how perfect that works out? It's just like a little windshield wiper. So that is my tip when you're using your Prime Brow. It looks very natural, and it just opens up my eyes, and I don't look harsh or anything like that. So that's my third tip. So use this to clean your face and clean off your fingers. Use, your lip product to moisturize your lips, to prep them for later. And of course, the shape of your brow with your Prime Brow. Okay, something else I'm doing is I'm using a lot of cream products on my eyes. Especially, I just don't have a lot of oils up there. I naturally have oils, which, hey, thank goodness now we're called dewy instead of oily. I love the new generation for that one, but I tend to use cream products on for my eyeshadows. I'll use, you know, some powders at times, but typically cream products. And you can find lots of great ones out there. Just to go to your local cosmetic shop or your pharmacy, and you know, everybody's got cosmetics nowadays. And so what I am doing to open up my eyes is on my eyelid, I am putting not a white, but it's slightly lighter than my skin tone, and I'm putting this on my eyelid. Now I'm doing that to bring out my eyelid because I have hooded brows, and because my skin is thinner, they tend to droop a little bit. So I use a product that's a little bit lighter on my eyelids, as you see, and I think it just helps open up my eyes. And this particular one, and you can find great ones everywhere, it has on the other end a little highlighter, and then I just take it underneath those wonderful brows that I have. Sometimes I do right here as well, because our dark circles tend to be right there near our nose. So that's another little tip and trick to try to help you open up that eye area. And then I use typically a neutral, and this one's a little bit darker, and I don't go all the way in to the corner because I want to open it up. So you can see how you can kind of see the difference, I hope. So I just take the stick, the eye cream stick, and using my fingers, I'm just putting that in there. So I'm giving myself some depth, but I'm putting it right there on the edge of the brow, so I'm not weighing it down. Looks pretty good. And yes, what I'm gonna do before I move on to the next color is I'm gonna clean with my beauty water and get that off there. See how quickly it works? Okay, and so if I do want a little color, because I'm wearing some color today, then I take something else and I just highlight right here in the crease. There we go. So I've got some color, not too dark, blend it in. I use my finger, but you know, use your brush as you choose. There we go. It's very natural too, I think. I don't think I have crazy eyes. I think it looks really natural. Yeah, so you know, three really colors. So the lighter for my eyelid and right underneath my brow, then a little bit darker right here at the brow bone, just there at the crease, not all the way in. You don't want to darken too much there because it's already naturally dark. And then maybe a color highlight. And again, you know, you can find all different kinds of these cream eyeshadows. If they're not in a stick, you can have them in a pot with your brushes or whatever it is. So there's that. But hold on, there's more. Okay, so what I've done is I have used eyeliner on my eye, but I've used it right at the base of my eyelashes, and it's called a tight line, I believe, and I'm just using a simple cream pencil eyeliner, and I've gone right underneath my lashes and I've lined it. Now what I've found is lining at the top of my lashes sometimes is problematic because of the wrinkles. I know, they're there. Okay, what am I going to do? But I think maybe you can see it's just I've opened up my eye and I've put liner there on my top lid. And I'll see if I can do this or show you. But I'm taking right there without a mirror's sake, and I'm lifting it and just taking it right at the base, not inside, taking it right at the base and just doing this little tight line. Now I've actually got to look in the mirror to see this, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I have both of them done now. Now, if you're one of those that you still feel like you're comfortable using eyeliner on the top of your lids at the base of your lashes, here is another trick I found out. And I had used it for another makeup remover before Prime came out with their beauty water. So what you do is on your little pad, you get some of the beauty water, mix it damp, and then you take your little stylus brush here, and it's that narrow one that fits in tight, and you dab it right here where it's damp, right there, see? And then you can dip it. This is when I do use powder. I have just a little neutral palette here, and I'm using the dark one. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that damp little brush, and this water's perfect for it. I mean, great discovery. I know it's for cleaning, but it's perfect for this. And I'm going to take that, and I'm going to go right there on top. It's so much more forgiving than the traditional liners because you're just using a light touch. You're using the water and your brush. It's very subtle. Can you see that difference though? I can see it. I don't use a lot, but for those of you that are worried about eyeliner, just use that technique. Just put a little on your pad and take your little tight line brush, as they call it, and then dip it into, and this is just a color, boom, that's it. This is just from, a little simple palette color. I use the dark one. And now I've got a very natural looking liner. I do a tight line right on the inside of my lid. Not, it's just right at the base really. And I've used these little tips and tricks. And that's how I line my eyes. Now I'm going to use my lash product. And you know what that is. Because Prime Cosmetics, their PrimeLash is famous now. So let me get my lashes on. I really need the mirror for that one, and I'll show you the final product. Okay, so I did one eye with my lashes, and I don't know if you can see, what a difference it makes, but wow. I mean, these lashes are a game changer. This product has helped so many women, and it just opens your eyes up. I mean, it takes lashes that you didn't think you had, and it finds them. And I think it just, I hope you can see, but if you can't, you're going to have to trust me on this one. Maybe right there you can see. It just, wow, pops the eyes open. Let me do the other one. Okay, lashes are on. My lashes are on, and they're not even fake. They're real. I love it when people stop me and go, wow. What product do you use for your lashes? And I tell them, and they're like, never heard of that. I'm like, well, this is where you can find it. Also, I applied my favorite color this season. It's Coral Queen. I've been raving about it because look how white it makes my teeth look. You've got to find the right lipstick, and this one is Coral Queen. And it just, look at that smile. But, so now you see I've done a very natural look. I mean, I live in hot Central Florida, and you would think maybe cream products aren't perfect for this, but they are. I mean, it mixes with my natural oils, and I think my skin looks like skin. I think my brows look very natural and open, and I have a very neutral eyeshadow palette on. And for my liner, I just did a tight line at the base of my lashes, and then I used that little trick I showed you, just adding a little bit of the water with my brush and shadow, and making my own little liner that's very natural. Added my lipstick. It's a good day. I like it. So there you go. Tips and tricks from Lisa.